Hey YouTube, Roy Marko with Roy Marko's Garage, coming today with a little video from Mike. You might remember him from the auction of George Thompson, and people requested to see Mike again, so he wanted to come and do a little bit of comedy on my truck here. So he's going to do a walk around with you guys, and here he is, Mike Malaka.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'd like to thank those of you who were able to make it out today. My name is Mike Malaka, and that's spelled M-A-L-A-K-A, and I'm here to do an estimate on Roy's classic old Chevy truck. Now, just to tell you a little bit about myself, I belong to the Bettors Business Bureau, and that's spelled B-E-T-T-O-R-S. That's correct, B-E-T-T-O-R-S, the Bettors Business Bureau. And my experience is extensive. I have 30 years auto body and paint experience, 30 years selling new and used cars and trucks, and 20 years selling automotive paint and body shop supplies.
Well, that number adds up to 80, Mike. How old are you?
I'm 70.
Okay.
But Roy, if you ask anybody that knows me, they'll tell you I have my own way of interpreting things.
Fair enough.
And I can give you a couple more examples. And here's a good example. People make a big deal out of Wayne Gretzky when he scored 50 goals in 39 games. But he outdid himself. When he turned 50 years of age, he did that in 39 years. Not only that, there's a lawyer in Edmonton. In his ad, it says he's been a lawyer for 200 years. Figure that one out. As well, he was a part-time farmer, because his ad says he has combine experience.
Right.
So figure that one out. And I have another friend, Ed, who grows the most awesome cucumbers you could ever imagine. This year he grew a 1,200-pound cucumber and took it to the Smoky Lake Pumpkin Fair where he won first place in his class. So congratulations to Ed.
Congratulations, Ed. And
here comes Larry. So Roy, tell me, what year is your truck?
Oh, 67.
67. Okay, 67 is definitely a classic. Just gonna walk around, have a quick look at it here. So what happens here, Roy? It's a 1967 Chevrolet classic truck. So I'm looking at your truck here, Roy, and I don't see any emblems on it. So I'm going to say my knowledge tells me this is a Chevrolet Apache. Am I right?
No. It's supposed to be a C50.
It's supposed to be a C50? Well, I see it as a Chevrolet Apache.
Yeah, how do you figure?
Well, if you look here, I'm looking at the fender, and see, it needs Apache.
Yeah, it sure does need Apache.
You look at the rocker panel, it needs Apache.
Yep.
Look at the cab corners there, see? It needs Apache. Look inside the doors, look it needs Apache.
Yeah, it sure needs Apache there.
And we'll go to the other side. Probably be similar. Got a great big dent on the hood. The only emblem that's on it is the bow tie on the hood. Got a massive dent there. I look at this side of the hood and look at 3 of them. It needs 3 patches.
Yeah.
And then here, this fender, it needs Apache.
Yep.
Now we're going to get off lucky here because this cab corner looks like it's nice and solid. So we're good that way.
Yep.
Okay. Now you're telling me, Roy, a while back that you used this truck to pick up, and I only have one question. You use this truck to pick up auto and truck parts.
Yeah, mostly big parts, so they...
Yeah. Now I only have one question, Roy. Have
Yep.
you ever lost any parts on the way home?
The parts I've hauled are big, so no.
Okay.
They haven't quite fallen through the cracks.
That's what I'm wondering about looking inside here. If if you've ever lost any parts coming home.
Not yet.
To your knowledge, you haven't.
Not that I know of.
No, I'm going to look inside the glove box because that's where all the information is. By chance, do you know the paint code of the truck?
No, I don't.
Okay, I'm going to look inside the truck. Don't touch me while I climb up here.
Watch your step, Mike.
Okay, Roy, can you hear me?
Yep.
I'm looking at the paint code on the truck and it says paint code is 533.
Okay.
So keep that in your memory bank for future information.
For sure.
So that's good that we have that information. Because that's extremely important when you're restoring an old classic.
Yeah, you want the right color.
You want the right color. Because, as my grandfather used to say, there's no margarine for error. Okay? There's no margarine for error. It has to be done right.
For sure.
There's a gentleman from Edmonton. He's wearing a really old safety jacket and a hazmat t-shirt. And I'm wondering, sir, are you picking up what we're laying down? You've been able to follow us up to this point? That's a yes. And do you have any questions? You're okay? Okay, that's all I need for now. And I wanted to thank you for coming out here today. Now at this time, I would like to acknowledge a few people that I've had the pleasure to meet this summer. If you weren't fortunate enough to be out for car shows this summer, I can tell you that the car shows went very well, very well. Very few rainouts, and so many new cars came out, and so many new people and families came out. It was hard to believe, and for those of you that weren't able to make it, hopefully this year coming, things will be better for you in more ways than one. And as well, this year, I kind of adopted my own puppy family. Now I have a good friend Derek, Derek's 3 dogs, Petrie, good boy Petrie, Bella, and Tyson. Tyson, he's a troublemaker. He likes to chase big dogs, and Derek has always got to go grab them and throw them back in the car. And then Maggie and her dad Buck, they never missed a Tuesday night car show. And my friends Jason and Danielle and their dog Bailey, and then there's Ken and Spirit, and then there's Big Chester and Little Chester. And Little Chester, what a handful he is. He won't stop barking, and he chases every dog at the car show. And there's a sweet little dog named Marley, who was a regular attendee at the car shows. So any of you that might be able to make it out for the next season, I wish you well, and I hope everything is going good. And only one thing to remember, just remember, hygiene is not your next door neighbor. It's something you need to practice daily. I'm going to get started on your estimate here, Roy, and I'll give you a heads up here, and then obviously the estimate done properly it's going to take a lot of time to do that right, and sourcing parts and everything else and making it the way you want it. So I think I'm going to head out here for now, and I'll be in touch. I know where you're at, so you're not hard to find. So that'll be good for now, Roy. So thanks for your assistance up to this point.
Okay. You're welcome, Mike.
See ya.
Okay. Well, thanks for coming by.
Okay, you're more than welcome. Larry, back in the house. Good boy, Larry.
Well, there you have it. Mike Malaka, a little video on my truck. Maybe we'll do a part 2. If you like these videos, please subscribe, smash that like button, and have a great day. And comment below and let me know what you think.